everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 2nd of August 2022. Let's start. Which shipyard built India's first indigenous aircraft carrier named as Vikrant? So India's very first indigenous aircraft carrier named as Vikrant was built and delivered to the Indian Navy by Cochin Shipyards Limited. Fine. So it is a public sector shipyard which works under the Ministry of Shipping, and it has built the carrier with 76% indigenization component. So now Vikrant will be commissioned into the Indian Navy as Indian Naval Ship Vikrant. Okay. Let's see some of the important ministries that were in news. Which ministry notified new health warnings to amend the labeling rules of the tobacco product? So Union Health Ministry has notified the new health warnings through an amendment in the cigarettes and other tobacco products packaging and labeling rules. So tobacco products manufactured, imported or packaged on or after 1st of December 2022 will now display a new image with the textual health warning: tobacco causes painful death. Okay. And also these products will display an image with the textual health warning: tobacco users die younger. Okay. National Tobacco Control Cell functions under which union ministry? So it works under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And as we have seen that recently government has proposed the changes in packaging and the labeling norms for the cigarette makers and the tobacco companies from December. So now packing of product should read 2 warning text with different pictures, right? Ministry of Earth Sciences demonstrated the desalination plants in which state or the union territory? So these desalination plants have been demonstrated and installed in the 3 different places in the union territory of Lakshadweep. Which are these places? Many a times I have told you: Kavaratti, Agatti and Minicoy Islands. Which union ministry launched 3 new schemes under strengthening pharmaceutical industry? Whenever we'll talk about the pharmaceutical industry, the ministry that is associated with this is Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizer. Which union ministry's website has been ranked first in the National E-Governance Service Delivery Assessment? So Ministry of Home Affairs website was ranked first in this assessment, and second was Digital Police Portal. Fine. Next question. Tadoba Tiger Reserve, which hosted the Global Tiger Day celebrations, is located in which Indian state? So this tiger reserve lies in the state of Maharashtra, and recently it played host to the Global Tiger Day celebrations to India. So Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Mr. Bhupendra Yadav, attended this Global Tiger Day 2022 celebrations that was held at Chandrapur Forest Academy in the state of Maharashtra. So this declaration to celebrate the Global Tiger Day was taken on 29th of July in the year 2010 at the St. Petersburg for increased thrust on tiger conservation and management globally. Okay. So we observed the Global Tiger Day on 29th of July. Fine. Let's see some of the important questions regarding Tiger Reserve. When is the International Tiger Day observed every year? Just we have talked about it. We observe this day on 29th of July. As per the recent government data, how many tigers died in the last 3 years in India? So nearly 329 tigers were found to be dead in the last 3 years. Which state has approved to set up the Pilibhit Tiger Protection Foundation recently? This is Uttar Pradesh. Buxar Tiger Reserve, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state or the Union Territory? This lies in the state of West Bengal. Valmiki Tiger Reserve, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state or the Union Territory? Valmiki Tiger Reserve was very much in news and it lies in the state of Bihar. Okay. Which of the following pairs of Tiger Reserve and the respective states are matched correctly? So we have to identify whether the pair of Tiger Reserve and its state is right or not. First is Sariska Tiger Reserve in the state of Rajasthan. This is absolutely right. Second is Ramgarh Vishtari Tiger Reserve in Chhattisgarh. No. Actually, Ramgarh Vishtari Tiger Reserve is the 52nd Tiger Reserve of India and it lies in the state of Rajasthan, not in Chhattisgarh. Next is Kalakkad Mudanthurai Tiger Reserve in Kerala. No, it lies in the state of Tamil Nadu. And next is Pakke Tiger Reserve in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. This is right. So correct answer would be only 1 and 4 is correct. And don't forget that the host of meeting of National Tiger Conservation Authority 2022 was this year Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Can you tell me Kanha National Park lies in which state of India? Do let me know in the comments. Next question. Which state government has launched its online taxi hiring service for the very first time in India? So the Kerala Labour Department is set to launch its own e-taxi service named as Kerala Savari. Okay. So the online taxi hiring service will serve as an alternative to the popular corporate online cab services. So this is considered to be the first such initiative by any state government in the country, and the state will link the existing auto taxi networks in the state to ensure the safe travel for the public at affordable rates. Fine. So this is the state Kerala. Let's see some of the important states that were in news. Which state held the most number of sittings of the State Assembly in 2021? So as per the recent study of the think tank PRS Legislative Research, Kerala held the most number of sittings of the State Assembly in 2021 at 61 days. So between 2016 and 2019, it remained at the top with an average of 53 days. And then Kerala is further followed by Odisha with 43 sittings. And then at third place there is Karnataka with 40 days. And then fourth is Tamil Nadu with 34 days. Okay. Which state launched its semiconductor policy 2022 to 27 and planned to develop a semicon city? So the Gujarat government has announced its semiconductor policy and plan to develop a semicon city at Dholera Special Investment Region. So this policy seeks to attract semiconductor fabrication unit along with display fabrication units and semiconductor assembly, its testing, marketing and packaging facilities to the state of Gujarat. Okay. Which Indian state is the first to launch the breakfast scheme for the students of the government school? So Tamil Nadu is the very first state to launch the breakfast scheme for the students of the government school. And the state government issued an order to implement the first phase of the Chief Minister's breakfast scheme at 1,545 government primary school. So this scheme is set to benefit more than 1.14 lakh children in the classes 1 to 5 across the state during 2022 to 23 at a total cost of 33.56 crore rupees. Okay. Which state hosted the Fedex Chess Olympiad for the very first time in India? So the 44th Fedex Chess Olympiad is being hosted by the state of Tamil Nadu. and this is the first time India is hosting this international event. So it has the players from total 187 countries, and it is organized at Mamallapuram near Chennai. So this international event was inaugurated by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the presence of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. Who's that? Mr. M.K. Stalin. Okay. The highest damage of crop area due to natural calamities has been recorded in which Indian state in 2022-23? This is Assam state. Which state has launched a 24-hour toll-free number to provide information on the lumpy skin disease of cattle? This is the state Gujarat. And what is this toll-free number? It is 1962. Okay. Next question. Which Indian institution launches the Digital Payments Index, that is DPI? So Reserve Bank of India launches the Digital Payments Index, and it is released for March and September every year in the month of July and January respectively. Okay. So the recent edition of the index rose to 349.30 as of March 2022, and this value was 304.30 in September 2021. So it indicates the rapid adoption of the digital payments in the country, and the RBI DPI has been constructed with March 2018 as the base period. Fine. Let's see some of the important institutions. Which institution launched the AI for Bharat initiative to build open source language AI for the Indian languages? So IIT Madras launched the AI for Bharat initiative to build open source language artificial intelligence for the Indian languages. And recently the institution has launched the Neelkani Center at AI for Bharat, which is being supported through Neelkani Philanthropies. So it aims to promote Indian language technology with the intention to create a social impact. Okay. The Union Cabinet approved the merger of BSNL with which institution? So recently the Union Cabinet has approved that BSNL would be merged with BBNL. What is this? Bharat Broadband Network Limited. Which institution introduced a new scheme to provide enhanced export credit risk insurance cover to support the small exporter? This is ECGC. Full form is Export Credit Guarantee Corporation. Which institution funds and manages IDEX, means Innovations for the Defense Excellence? So this fund is managed by Defense Innovation Organization. Which institution has launched the campaign Create for India to cheer the Indian contingent of the Commonwealth Game? So this campaign has been launched by the Sports Authority of India. You have to tell me this campaign has been launched under which two hashtags? What are their names? Do let me know in the comments. Next question. Who has been named the richest woman in India as per the Kotak Private Banking Euron list? So the third edition of Kotak Private Banking Euron Leading Wealthy Women list was released recently, and Roshni Nadar Malhotra, who is the chairperson of HCL Technologies, is the richest woman in India with a wealth of 84,330 crore rupees. And also she retained the position for the second year in a row. So Falguni Nair of Nykaa overtook Kiran Mazumdar Shaw of Biocon to become the richest self-made woman in India with a wealth of 57,520 crore rupees. Okay. Let's see some of the important rankings. Which Indian airport was ranked 13th in the ACI list of top 20 busiest airports in the world? This is Indira Gandhi International Airport. So top 7 airports in this were from USA, and the first among all was Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Okay, and these top 20 airports accounts for 19% of global air traffic. IUCN has listed which species of butterfly in the endangered species list. So recently IUCN has categorized the monarch butterfly in the endangered list. Which country will remain on the Financial Action Task Force's grey list of countries under increased scrutiny? So this country is Pakistan, and FATF has included the Pakistan in its grey list in the year 2018. Recently, FATF has also included the country UAE in its grey list. Indian deposits in the Swiss banks increased by 50% to more than 30 lakh crore rupees in 2021. What position does India hold in this list? So we are at 44th position regarding this, and the first country is UK, second is USA. Forbes has released the 7th Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia list for 2022. How many Indians fall into that category? Total 61 Indians fall into this category, and then India is followed by Singapore with total 34. Then it is followed by Japan, then Australia, then Indonesia, and then China. Okay. Which bank topped the list of PSU lenders in terms of the loan growth in financial year 2022? This is Bank of Maharashtra. Okay. Next question. Which company is set to establish the first ever India House at Paris Olympics 2024? So Reliance Industries and Indian Olympic Association are set to together establish the first ever India House at the Paris Olympics 2024. So Reliance Industries has announced a long-term partnership with Indian Olympic Association to elevate the performances of Indian athletes and to support the National Sport Federation and to build the credentials of India as a global sporting nation. Okay. So Reliance Industries will support the Indian athletes in all the major multi-sport events, and also India is hosting the 140th IOC session in June 2023 at the Geo World Center in Mumbai. Okay. Let's see some of the important companies. Which company delivered the indigenously developed quick reaction fighting vehicle to the Indian Army? This is Tata Advanced System. Which tech company funds the Digivani call center set up recently by NASSCOM? So this center is actually funded by Google, and recently it has been set up by NASSCOM. Which is the first insurance company to launch pay as you drive feature for the motor insurance? So the first insurance company to launch this feature is Go Digit. MPPSC has partnered with which company for a new joint venture company in renewable energy? This is Indian Oil Corporation. Which company unveiled India's first indigenously developed lithium-ion cell? So recently, India's very first indigenously developed lithium-ion cell has been unveiled by Ola. Okay. Next question. The 2022 Asia Cup will be played in which country with Sri Lanka as the official host? So this cup will be played in UAE, while Sri Lanka is still being the official host as per the Asian Cricket Council. So the tournament is played in the UAE for the second consecutive term, and India is the defending champion, having won the tournament in 2018 while it was played in the ODI forms. Let's see some of the important international current affairs. Birmingham, which hosts the 22nd Commonwealth Games, is a city of which country? So this is the city in UK. India has been elected as the host of ICC Women's Cricket World Cup in which year? So the host for the year 2024 would be Bangladesh. Then 2025 event would be hosted by India. 2026 session would be hosted by England, and Sri Lanka will host the 2027 session. Okay, so your correct answer would be 2025. Which country hosted the BRICS Labour and Employment Ministers Meeting 2022? Very easy answer, China. And 5 countries comes under BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The Border Guards Bangladesh Border Security Force Border Conference was recently hosted in which city? It was hosted in Dhaka in the country Bangladesh. Which country hosted the Jeddah Summit for Security and Development? This is Saudi Arabia. Fine. Next question. Which state launched its Semiconductor Policy 2022-27 and plan to develop a semicon city? So we have talked about it. Answer is Gujarat. And this policy seeks to attract various type of semiconductor fabrication unit and display fabrication unit. Okay, and this semicon city would be developing at Dholera Special Investment Region. Okay, let's see some of the important cities that were in news. Which is the host city of International Conference on Chemistry and the Applications of the Soft Material 2022? So the host city for this event was Thiruvananthapuram. India's first brain health clinic was inaugurated in which city? So it was inaugurated recently in the Bangalore city. Which Indian city has been selected as the first cultural and the tourism capital of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization for 2022 to 23? This is Varanasi city. India hosted the BIMSTEC expert group on the cyber security cooperation in which city? Answer is New Delhi. Which countries comes under BRICS? Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, then Myanmar and Thailand. Total 7 countries. The conference on the export potential of natural, organic and geographical indications agro-product was held in which city? This event took place in Guwahati in the state of Assam. Okay. Next question. Sebastian Vettel, who announced the retirement recently, is a racing driver from which country? So 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel has recently announced his retirement from Formula 1 at the end of the year, and he is from the country Germany. Okay. Coming to the question slide. India's Renew Power signed a memorandum of understanding with which African country to produce the green hydrogen? So India's Renew Power has signed an agreement with the Egypt government to invest $8 billion to produce the green hydrogen in the African country. And the Indian company has planned to build the project in the Suez Canal Economic Zone. So before this, Reliance Industries announced that it would commit $75 billion to the green energy, while Adani Group announced that it would invest $70 billion by the year 2030 into the renewable energy infrastructure, especially in the field of green hydrogen. Which country launched the gold coins called Mozi Oa Tunya to curb the rise in inflation? So Zimbabwe has launched the gold coins to be sold to the public, and aim is to curb the inflation rise that has actually eroded the country's unstable currency. So this move was announced by the country's central bank, that is Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, and it disbursed nearly 2,000 coins to the commercial banks, and these coins will be capable of being easily converted into cash, and it will be tradable locally and internationally. Okay. Which country emerged as the top sourcing nation in FDI equity flows into India in financial year 2021 to 22? So Singapore was the top sourcing nation in FDI equity flows into India in financial year 2021 to 22, and then it was followed by USA, Mauritius and then Netherlands. Okay. So as per the UNCTAD World Investment Report 2022, India has improved one position to 7th rank among the top 20 host economies for the 2021. The Indian Navy recently received 2 MH-60 Romeo multi-role helicopters from which country? So the Indian Navy recently received 2 MH-60 Romeo multi-role helicopters from the country USA, and the third helicopter is scheduled to be delivered in the month of August this year only. Okay. So in the year 2019, US had approved the sale of 24 MH-60 Romeo multi-role helicopters to India under its foreign military sales program. And this helicopter is the most advanced marine multi-mission helicopter which is in use currently, right? India signed a memorandum of cooperation to develop the privileged relations between the parliaments of India and which other country? So India has signed this memorandum of cooperation with Mozambique recently. Fine. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minu Sahadsana signing off.